Hi, this is Jonathan. This is my wife.
Lori Otto.
And Lori, really glad you're here to connect with the person watching. I'm super grateful that you've taken time out of your schedule to be with us and to come on this journey. Lori was a huge part of this and the creation process of the documentary, and supporting me as I'd go out and create all these things. And we'd chat like each night as we were creating this process. How do we create something that's going to make a difference and help people and change lives and draw what we were learning ourselves out of the Bible by, being a newly married couple, 5 years ago now, and also needing to improve our own health and being on that journey for decades, both of us, and especially once we met and we got married, then realizing more and more how much we needed to improve our health. So I'm really glad that Lori can connect with you here and connect with what it is that you're searching for in your life right now with your health.
Yeah, it's been a great journey, and I hope it's going to be a great journey for you too. I know it can be hard, but most of the times in our experience, the hardest journeys are the best journeys because we learn so much and we come out so much better on the end. And so I'm just really happy that you are coming alongside us to join in this journey for your health and for the health of those that are around you, and in the end, you becoming a light, like to everyone else, a light as we have become a light, trying to spread as much as we know to all of you. And so I'm really happy that we can be connecting together, be a part of one great mission.
Yeah, thank you, Lori. And I love what you're saying, because it is true. Like Lori, she's that kind of person where she is working to inspire, whether it's the next door neighbor, the friend that she's made at church, the stranger that we've met on the street, and she's just gonna sit there saying, okay, here's what I did for my health, and here's what it did for me, and I think it'll work for you, right?
Well, it's kind of like, as most of us are Christian here, there was this pastor who basically shared this story of what's the point of talking about Jesus, or what's the point of what is the point? Why should we share about Jesus? And long story short, if you were to, let's say, get a phone call with some really good news, right? Either just any good news, any good news that's going to change your life for the better. What would you do? Would you just stay in your room and just keep it to yourself? What's the first thing that you would do? You would get on another phone call, or you'd tell the first person that you want to see, and you'd want to tell as many people as you want, as you would like to. And this is how our experience has been with health, with spreading the news of the gospel through health and the God who created our bodies, and finding out, actually, this bracelet that I carry around shares exactly that. And you know what it says there? It says hope. The reason why I like to carry that is to remind me of hope. And the first thing that we do, no matter who we are, I learned we were learning this in a sermon, is that any person, when they are having a tough time, what's one of the things that they do? They look up into the sky. And that's amazing. The sky looking up into the sky represents hope. And we make that connection between our God and the God who created our bodies. And it's just an awesome thing when spiritual things are seen through physical things, like the body that our God has created us. Even in the midst of all of these dark times, of these hardships, of the environment that we're exposed to that has been breaking down our bodies, we've come to find out that the best solutions for it are in nature, are around us, and our very own bodies. God knew that He prepared our bodies for this, and we can overcome anything if we have the right resources around Him. So He knew what was going to happen, and He prepared this. And the best solutions are around us, and I'm really excited. Can you tell? I'm just really excited. I can't stop talking about it. So I'm just really excited to be here with you all.
Here's the exciting announcement. Now, with Bible Health Secrets, when you get the 8 episodes, along with the 8 episodes, you get the transcripts, you get a guidebook, you get the 40 full-length interviews, but we've added another 10 in as one of the bonuses, so you have 50 full-length interviews. And you've got some access to something very special, which I'm about to share with you, and that is the 6-week weekly calls, which we just added. And there's a reason why I felt that I had to do this, and that was I felt that what would happen is the next step would be that people go back to their same communities, and they go back typically to wherever they're getting information. So, I mean, for a lot of people, frankly, it's the television. With you, you're more inspired, so you're connected. But the absence of resources, Christian resources, biblical resources that are particularly designed towards health and at the cutting edge of science and discovery, that is hard to find. And that's why, frankly, I had not found anything like it, which was why I felt that I had to create it. It would have been a lot easier for somebody else to create, me to just enjoy it, but I decided that I had to do that. And right now, if this ends with you just watching the final episode and then you go somewhere else, or you just kind of stay, you know, what happens to a lot of people is that the inspiration starts to die over time. And so I just hated the thought of that, and I hated the thought of how many unanswered questions that you may have, questions that just getting that answer, it could be a simple thing, could be a really complicated and challenging thing that you've seen specialist after specialist, you never got an answer. You just thought, well, what if I could speak to some of the experts in that series? So when I jumped on the phone with some of the experts that I'm friends with, so I mean everyone in the series were people that I reached out to, hey, can you be in this series, or people that I got introduced to. And so I made the reach outs, hey, could you jump on a call with the people in this group? Would you be willing to answer their questions? And I got yes, 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 yes. So whether it's Dr. Eric Zielinski or Dr. Tony Jimenez or Dr. David Jockers or Dr. Philip Oob, these are guys that Dr. Jay Davidson, they jump on calls with me and answer questions that help people in such an amazing way. So when you say yes today, as a free bonus, you get 6 weeks of weekly calls for an hour long, where you and the other guys that have said yes to this will be able to ask your very important questions. So I'm just really looking forward to connecting with you there personally, hearing your questions, and how we can grow together as a community, both in health and also in faith, and coming to God for our health and asking God for help, asking God for His wisdom, praying together, and being led through the Word for health advice, things that we can all agree on, things that we all need, where it's not about any private interpretation, things where it's not about any kind of ego trip or anything like that. It's simply about coming to God. We need your wisdom, we need your help. Yes. What have you revealed in your scriptures? And experts that are having clinical research that has been revealed to be the most effective solutions for various conditions that you or a loved one may be facing. And this all applies if you have a friend that you feel like, oh, I wish they could see this, or they just don't quite have the resources to be able to be involved. Well, by you purchasing this, they'll immediately get granted access with the buy one, give one pass, buddy pass, right? So not only will they get the whole series in like the digital downloads and be able to share with you in your physical, if you own the physical copy, you get the digital and the physical, and you'll get 2 copies of the digital so you can get online and they can get online. But they'll also be able to get on the live question and answer calls with you so you can go through together. That's the 6-week weekly calls, and also the 6-month monthly calls, which has already been part of the program. Maybe you didn't notice that, maybe you have, along with the private access Facebook community, along with the 50 full-length interviews. And that is a resource that you can use for a very long time to come and enjoy. All the question and answer calls are recorded and they're put into your membership area, so you can rewatch and learn and read the transcript as well of what we have been discussing, so you can apply these truths and these principles to your life.
And I actually want to share 2 truths that go along with this, and I want you to see that I know for a fact that you are not watching this out of coincidence. This comes out of nowhere. We all, for the most part, are people of faith that believe that God doesn't allow things or doesn't do things just because. He has a specific purpose. The Bible tells us that. And the first one I want to share is in the Bible, it says, acknowledge him in all your ways and he shall make your path straight. Well, just recently, a good mentor of mine shared with me that in the direct translation of the Hebrew language, it says, acknowledge him. It actually translates to know him in all your ways, in everything you do, and not he shall, but he makes your path straight. So to know him in the Hebrew language, it's a more intimate meaning, not just I know this person. It's more of an intimate, almost a husband and wife, and to know him intimately, a companion, one that is with you, inside of you, one who walks with you every step of the way. So I know that health can be a very scary thing when it's not going the way that we want it to be. And if we know him, if we seek to know him, if we choose to see him as our companion, walking daily, just literally walking alongside, holding our hand, we can imagine him every step that we take. And every single time we accept him as a companion, he makes your path straight. We have nothing to worry about. And so I know that you're not here as a coincidence. I know that this is a tool that you can use to help you learn and help you learn all of this knowledge. And he is making your path straight right now. He is giving you those answers, or giving you those answers to be a help to someone else. Because the second truth is that you are the only person of your kind. And this is something that I have recently discovered, and I love to share. You are the only person of your kind. You are the only one that can make your own unique impact in this entire universe. Because he creates you with a purpose. It's like, I call it the fingerprint, saying our fingerprint, we all know that we have our own single fingerprint. Well, we may have certain personality types, and we may have different things, and these are great to discover, our strengths, and even amongst our weaknesses. But even within those personality types, we may be similar to someone, but you are the only one of your kind. And that's how you realize how important you are to this world. And you are the only person that can make that specific impact that may save another person's life, when none of us can do it. And if you allow yourself to be led by the one who knows you, if you allow yourself to know him in everything that you do, he will make your path so straight that he will shine through you to that person, and that person's life may be saved, will be saved, you know? And so I encourage you, this is a tool. It's right there. It's right in front of you. God has given us the gift of life. God has given us the gift of health. He wants us to take it. And so I'm inviting you to take it. Take this opportunity for yourself and for all of those around you. Because I can tell you that as soon as you learn these things and are exposed to it every single day, because it's not just this one time, what's that saying? By beholding, you become changed. If you keep repeating that information over and over and over and over again, not only that, get a chance to have experts be able to answer your specific questions. You're exposing that. Your health will become transformed. Your life will never be the same again. And you are mixing it with the truth of heaven, the God who created all of this. And not only that, you will be able to, you can't help it. You want to be able to share. That's what's led us here. And that's what's led you here. And so I encourage you, take that gift.
Awesome. So just as you're here right now, I want to thank you for being with us in this journey. Thank you for that inspiring truth, Laurie. It's beautiful. And what an amazing thing to remember, these truths that you're saying, where we are unique and we're a gift of God. Our health is designed just merely to protect us and be something that will keep us intact and safe and secure. So therefore it is important. And therefore suffering and disease is not a part of God's plan. It's not a part of his will. No. Though he can be glorified through our suffering as we continue to praise him, no matter what happens to our lives, and we have faith even when bad things happen. But it's not God's will for suffering, and that's why a lot of the Bible speaks about it. You know, keep my laws and my statutes, and I will not allow the diseases that are coming upon the Egyptians to come upon you in Exodus. what an amazing promise and what an amazing discovery to see that the Egyptians had the same lifestyle diseases that we have today. Their mummies have been autopsied. We know that they had cancer, they had autoimmune disease, rheumatoid arthritis, they had diabetes, and they died of strokes and all these types of things. Could you imagine? They were eating the diets of kings, which were unhealthy diets, and they violated directly biblical principles, and that was what happened. But then the laws of God that came through Moses were there as a blessing, and so many things that now when we apply the Bible to things that are happening today, which is what Bible Health Secrets is about, both from ancient wisdom and also applying these principles to what's happening today, so we can actually be people of wisdom. We can see that we're here to be a beacon of light, not only to protect our health, but to warn other people, and to heal and to be a blessing and an encouragement. And it's incredible. Like you could reach out and, you know, like if you healed somebody's, let's say they had a broken knee and you healed their knee like immediately, and miracles do happen. They would be able to walk again, and that's amazing. But when you find that diseases like you know, terminal cancer or so-called terminal cancer, all these different, they're essentially lifestyle diseases, and some of the problems with the lack of information is a lot of people, they'll go to one side or the other. One is they won't talk to God or ask God for help, and the other side, they you know, they're only asking God and they're not willing to do anything, right? And so even if they did get healed, which they may, right? Or sometimes, you know, I don't even know what to make of some of the things, but what happens is these people end up not really preventing or doing anything for themselves or learning how to reverse disease. And so what I've found is the combination of faith and looking to God for the things which only God can do. There are things that only God can do, and ultimately it's always His healing mechanisms. Even if we're, like if we take a supplement or a natural plant-based food or anything that is healthful for us, these things were made by God, and so God gets the glory. The healing mechanisms in the body with the blood cells and the organs, they were all created by God. God continues to get the glory, but then God can also make up the rest, where His supernatural power can bless and heal. So there's all these amazing mechanisms, and when we apply the biblical truths to our lives, then we can see amazing things happen in our life. So with this, Laurie, I want to just share, finally, as we've come to an end of this series, we are now closing down everything, and so this is the time to make that decision as to whether you want to come with us on this journey. And if you've been really blessed, if this has been like, wow, this is incredible, I encourage you to give to causes, any cause that is making a meaningful difference in your life, that is moving the cause of God further and just blessing you. And so I always encourage that. And then at the same time, if for whatever reason that is not possible for you right now, then that's great too. That's not a problem. I'm so glad that you're here. There's no obligation. This is exactly what this is for. It's so people can receive this resource free. And so when people say, yes, I want to support your mission because I believe in you and you've helped me, and I just want to say thank you, and I want you to do more of what you're doing, that is so meaningful to us, because it allows Laurie and I to keep going, keep creating, and that's what we do. We create because we long and are happy to be a part of saving lives. We get on these calls. There was a call just happened a week or two ago, and a lady said, I would not be alive today if we had not found this, because of the information that she had found with the particular condition.
Yeah, that's what keeps us going.
And as soon as she said that, another lady popped up. She says, the same situation for me, where would I be? And this was like within weeks, these women were in life-threatening conditions due to things that were unusual, right? That's part of the thing. Like, how many people do you know that are suffering with a mysterious disease? How many mysterious diseases are there? Are they not all mysterious in that, what caused this disease? What caused this cancer? What caused this autoimmunity? And people are just looking, you know, and it's almost like we've stopped even asking the question. That's how far away we've got from the actual cause of disease. Yes, there is a cause. Yes, we can know it. And when we dedicate to knowing it and applying biblical principles to try and navigate and find, then we'll find that we find the healing, we find the solutions, and they're here. And that's what led Laurie and I to the solutions for our own health, things that were causing chronic pain for Laurie all across her body, and gut problems, autoimmune disease, things that she was struggling with. And we applied the principles that we learned in Bible Health Secrets while we're even creating it. And this has been over the course of 4 years, because this goes way back. We were learning all this information that we used to help turn around her health condition of irritable bowel syndrome and
anemia, hypoglycemia, just constant fatigue because of it, uncontrollable food cravings, just anxiety, hives, allergic reactions, all sorts of different things, anxiety, depression, all of those things. Just
symptoms of,
since I don't, as long as I can remember, I actually have found hope. I feel better than what I did when I was 10, 12, 13 years old. It's amazing. In a short amount of time, in a few months, things started clearing up because we found the solution, finally, after so many decades. And how about you?
Yeah, absolutely. My health, that's how I got into health, because I was researching for my own sake. And when I went into my doctor, I kept seeing the same doctor, and he was like, "Why are you asking me to fix this problem? Would you ask me to fix your car?" And I was like, "What?" I was like, and he was just saying to me, "I have no idea how to fix your problem, and I don't know anything about this realm of what you keep kind of asking me about natural health, because the drugs obviously didn't work for me. Like they don't for many people. It's treating symptoms, not treating or attacking the root cause of the disease and helping to reverse that." And so for me, chronic fatigue for decades, to the point where I was much more tired than my grandma. As a 12-year-old kid, she grew up with the family because she lost her husband when I was a little child, and so I always grew up around it. But people that were way older than me had way more energy, and I was having to sleep, and all these gut issues, parasites, which I happened, doing mission work in Kenya and other places. But parasites were part of, actually, I think, a big part of my health problems that were resulting in challenges. I was a kid that had boils. What was causing this when I was eating what I thought was healthy? And we discovered these things later over the last few years, and applied these truths. And for me, energy coming back into my life and feeling good and being able to do things I wasn't able to do, and being able to have a clear mind and not be filled with mental brain fog consistently, and then more joy coming into my life. The apathy that was really coming through my health problems, and that feeling that was really something that I was blaming myself for, this depression of emotion, which is really coming from my health. And I knew it was. I started once I discovered, this is my health, this is the problem. I need help. God, help me to find the answers. And to be honest, because I was connected, because I was working as a producer with companies like The Truth About Cancer and creating things, I naturally ended up having friends that were, in a sense, they were world-leading doctors and researchers and scientists. And I felt that when I gained this information and it was helping me, I felt, in a sense, I almost felt bad, because it's how is it that I get to know all these things? Yep. And then all these people that I pass in the street, they don't get to know these things. And so I've got to give this information away to people. I've got to get it out there.
We both felt that way.
And
you're I want to tell you. It's just when we want to share the gospel, I want to tell you.
Yeah, exactly.
People are like, whoa.
Exactly, and I'll be like, I'll invest my own money, my savings. That's what we did. We didn't rely on any external funding. We didn't, we didn't even call a local church or call, certainly not a pharmaceutical company or even a holistic supplement company. We didn't want to be beholden to anyone, right? We didn't want anyone to tell us what we should or shouldn't say, because we're if the Bible says that, we're going to teach them. Yeah. But we made that choice. We're here today to share with you that health does matter. The Bible has the answers. God is here, and He's longing to be a part of our lives and help us. So
why? Because He wants to use you, because you are the only one of your kind that can impact this world. He wants to free you up. He wants to open your mind, your heart, in a way that you've never experienced before. He wants to clear you of these things, but you have the choice to grab that.
That's your choice. And today, just right now, if you've enjoyed this series, if it's been a blessing, if you'd like to take it with you, then make the decision today to own this series and share it with your loved ones, so you can help and bless those around you in a powerful, powerful way. We're just offering a special discount and these amazing bonuses just during this time, and we're now closing everything down. So say yes, so we can send this out to you and have you in the continuing journey. Of course, if it's And I look so much forward to being able to connect with you,
Yes,
meet you,
we can't wait.
and continue to share. And we will continue creating and serving you and those that you bring to what we're creating, and that we can help. So thank you so much for being you. Thank you for investing in your health and caring about your health, and which is the temple of the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
We look forward to seeing you on the inside and to continue on this journey of a lifetime with you when you say yes to owning the Bible Health Secrets Gold package today. Thank you so much.
We love you.